Hello, everyone. This is Heartwoods Haven, and I'm your host, Brandy Swords. And we have a special guest today, Michelle Gilmore. Thank you, Michelle, for coming on.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
Brandy. Nice to see you.
Yes, you too. And I see like you have to do it from work. You're a busy lady.
Yes, I'm at work
Yes.
this evening trying to finish some things up.
Yes, yes. Well, thanks for coming on here. Your episode is healing isn't pretty. So I thought that would be a good one because I feel like healing is not pretty. It
It
wasn't for
isn't.
me. And I think we should talk about the messy parts and all, yeah, everything. So if you want to introduce yourself and tell us about your story, what you would like to talk about.
Okay. Hi, I'm Michelle Gilmore. I've been born and raised in Ross County, Ohio, specifically Chillicothe. I am a person in long-term recovery, and part of my journey is my mental health. And I have experienced significant losses due to suicide as well within my life. And I think it's important to be an advocate, healthy. What'd you say, Brandy? It's healing isn't pretty,
Yes.
or is that right? Did I say that?
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, I'm recovering I've been recovering for 20 years, and let's see, December, January, February, and so 20 years and 3 months.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. So, you know, it's so hard to determine like which came first, the chicken or the egg. I said that
Yes.
on a podcast with um with Kim and
Yeah.
Matt, and it's it is messy.
Yes. And they're amazing people. I love what they're
Yeah.
doing and getting out there. Yes.
Yeah, I all of you are amazing people. It's wonderful to see, people standing up in the community, not only recovering people that have been touched personally, and just as, friends or coworkers or supportive of people that do struggle with
Yeah.
mental health and substance. Um,
Hmm.
you know, um, when going back to saying which came first, the chicken or the egg, what kind of family history of
Yeah.
mental health, and decades before us, in the 80s, I think is really when 60s, 70s, 80s, it just became more prevalent as, psychoanalysts
Yeah.
and therapy began. And it's just continued to evolve, and people become more self-aware.
Yeah. I agree. So do you think they go hand in hand? Like with the mental health and then, being, alcoholic or drug use, you think they're hand in hand?
I think a lot of the time. Um, Of course, there are those other instances. If people don't know their family history, it's like 10% is biological and the rest is environmental,
Wow.
you know, um, and behavioral. Whoever you place yourself around is who you become, right? So,
Yeah. They always have that always saying, what you're going to be judged by who your crowd is, who you run with. And we're like, come on, we're like, don't tell us what to do. We're going to hang with who we want. But
that's
then
it.
it ends up being true. I went down bad paths by my choice, of course. But I just started doing things. I thought, oh, it's okay. It's normal. I accepted it and went down a bad path. So,
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and we don't know, I continue to say, it's like we're the last one to have the realization until there's potentially a consequence that, shakes us,
yeah. And I think so.
you know, um, because we surround ourselves with people that will potentially enable any behaviors. You might have people, we think we've got it, whatever that it
Yes.
is, and then we find out otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, the mental health, going back to being diagnosed with dyslexia, and ADHD at a young age, 5,
Oh, wow. That's
being, um, treated for that medically, till the age of 12 when they thought it went away. We
mm,
now know that's not the case,
yeah,
but then, you've got all this confusion. You can't keep your thoughts together. Your homework's sucking,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I can't finish anything. I'm getting in trouble at home. I was grounded for a whole year,
man.
because of my grades. And it was like, part of this isn't my fault. But
Yeah,
then, they didn't know better, you
yeah,
know, that it
yeah,
really didn't go away. Um, but then I reached for something to make me feel better.
yeah, I get it.
And I was able to concentrate. And what? I got the
Yeah,
best grades I ever had in high school.
yeah. So you're like, well,
So,
how could it hurt me? I'm doing amazing. I
right.
feel amazing.
Right.
Think about the consequences after time goes on. You're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then, just continuing the path of self destruction. But I got good grades and I wasn't in trouble for that,
Mm,
and I didn't have any other consequences because I was doing what I was supposed to do.
wow. Yeah. That's so true. How it's hand in hand. Wow.
Hmm.
And now, what was your breaking point for you to finally say, you know what? I'm ready to change my life, get sober, you know?
Yeah. So, well, I've got to go back real quick. I want to give a little backstory about um, being involved in therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Mom, because I lost my grandfather and he was a significant role in my life at the age of 12. So
Wow.
that kind of, and, I keep saying, I was the fat kid, the
Mm,
fat girl in the 70s, you know, 70s and 80s. And it was a time where, it was, you could be shamed, I guess you
mm,
could say, and bullied and all the things that just kind of added to that. And then you add on a significant loss in your life
yeah.
and whom you spent a lot of time with.
Wow.
And it just kind of you know, set me up
Yeah.
kind of for the downfall. Um, so I was 34 and I became homicidal and suicidal. Um, and I went to treatment. Well, that would have been my second trip. They were 9 months apart, 2 stints.
Mm,
Uh, so my progression just spiraled out of control. Thought I was getting it under control. I had the house with the, not necessarily the picket fence, but I had the house on the hill. I was employed. I thought I was being the best parent I could be. I wasn't emotionally available. I was extremely sick.
yeah.
And just because you're going around on autopilot doesn't mean you're emotionally connecting with those that love and need you.
Yes.
Um, you know, so I ended up going to treatment after becoming homicidal and suicidal. And in that second treatment facility, I made the commitment to myself that I wanted something different more than I wanted my next breath of air.
Mm,
And that's where it gets ugly.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
continues to be not pleasant. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um, Learning about yourself, and I said this previously, and when I've led, it's like I didn't have any really walking around since for the first 4 or 5 years, trying to figure me out. I was thinking I was doing all the right things, but as the fog lifts, you begin to see more things, that the damage that you've caused.
Yeah.
Um, and, you know, looking at those harsh realities of not being emotionally available to your children, um,
Mm.
the when they needed you the most, and during their critical times. You think just because you're serving food to them or making sure they have clean clothes, yes, those things are a part of it, but having an actual conversation
Yeah.
and listening and learning how to listen. I don't think I knew how to listen
Mm.
effectively. I don't think I knew how to communicate effectively. um, I don't think I was heard.
Mm. That's a big one right there. Wow.
Even looking back on my life, and I think, parenting then, it was a lot different than as we've evolved, social media,
Yes.
podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
cell phones,
Yes.
you know, um, there wasn't, you didn't get help. It wasn't really promoted like it is today.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of some of those outlets, I think what's happened is, I think suicide awareness has been there a little,
Yeah.
because we have the crisis center, and we've had the crisis center for a long time in Ross County, Chillicothe, and the helpline. But now we have 988. We have, we have foundations like NAMI,
Mm-hmm.
like Heartwoods, people continuing to do the grassroots work, and letting people know that it's okay. It's okay not to have all the answers. I don't
Yeah.
need to have all the answers.
Yes.
That's something that I identified through my mess,
Mm.
is like what I am able to control and what I'm not.
Yeah.
Going to meetings, going to 12-step meetings. I mean, everybody's got their own way. If it's church, if it's, going to 12-step meetings, getting a sponsor, having a spiritual mentor,
Mm-hmm.
whatever is necessary for you to have the quality of life that you deserve, and to find that self-love, and to learn how to forgive yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
learn that, you can show these people that love you that you can be consistent, and you can change, and you can be that emotional support for them. If they utilize it, that's on them.
Yeah.
All I can do is say, hey, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Because my kids did struggle with that. They did struggle with, and with, well, what's going to happen? Is the other shoe going to drop? They've been through a lot. They've been through some marriages with me. They've been through my addiction. They were 10 and 13. Talk
Mm.
about critical times
Yeah.
for them. If I
Mm-hmm.
could wave my magic wand, but I can't. I can't go back
Yes.
and fix that. But I can choose on a daily that they're not going to get that version of me
Mm.
for today, for sure. They say we live one day at a time, and I'm a firm believer in that. Because I can't fix tomorrow either. I
Yeah.
just I hope I get home okay tonight,
Yes.
and I hope that I get the opportunity to wake up in the morning,
Yes.
so I can do it all again. But it's taken a lot of growth and pain to identify that, not seeking outside validation
That's a big one. Yes, I totally agree with that.
You know, not seeking that outside validation to make me okay with me.
Yes.
Not whatever that may be. Men,
Yep.
money. I've never had that, so I don't even know why I said that. But
I'd be like, money. No.
I mean, I keep hoping the fam's going to say, "Hey, we're really millionaires. We just wanted to build character
Yeah.
for you."
We just want you to learn about yourself, and now
Yes.
it's good.
Yeah. I'm like, well, can't you drop a couple mil? I mean,
Yes.
come on.
Help me out.
Help me out just a little bit.
Yes.
But they have, you know, and I got to give them, you know, some kudos, because there was a time within that, you know, that I wasn't the best daughter either. And I'm fortunate my parents are still here to see to experience the last 20.
That's, yeah.
You know, and being able to be there for them if they need me, you know, checking on them daily. And my dad's health is compromised due to his life decisions, and being here for my mom, and whatever that looks like, you know, emotional support. And I just try to be there. Yeah. Whatever they need. You know, right now, you know, you probably saw that. Yeah.
I seen that. I was like, what?
Yes. My fractured wrist there from my fall. Found that out. So this is week 2. You get a chance. We need you to sign it.
Yes, I see that. How long do you have to have that on?
The 9th.
Okay.
Hopefully that's it. Hopefully it'll be healed and we'll be on to the next injury. No, I'm just kidding. I say that because in September I had sprained an ankle at the gym. You know, you try to take care of yourself and you're getting old.
Your body says, okay.
Yeah. And then this, you know, I put on the wrong shoes. The wrong shoes, my non-slip resistant, and that's how this happened. Because they're both black pairs of shoes, and they're both Skechers, and I'm just like, I'll just pick this up and put on the wrong shoes, and I'm like, man, these are a little slippery today. Wham! You know.
I'd be throwing them shoes. I'm done. Throw it against the wall. I'm done.
I did. I gave them away, but they're still out of the house, and we're not gonna have that problem again.
Good for you.
Yes. Yeah. So if I live, you know.
Yes. I think that every day I get up, I'm like, here's a new pain. I'm like, come on. Like, I feel sometimes like I'm 15, but my body's like, you're not. And I'm going to remind you, you're not.
Yes. You know, for sure. Well, and I guess that kind of goes along with the healing, you know, being painful, because whoops, I about lost it there. As we grow emotionally and age, these things happen. So then you've got new adjustments to, you know, mobility, or, you know, and I don't want to go borrowing trouble. I'm fortunate, you know, in that respect, but these are growing pains.
Yes.
Too, you know, not only evolving as people and making the decision to get better and do what you can to have stable mental health, to, you know, self-care. It's not just getting your hair done. It's about learning how to sit still and feel safe in your body, and being able to process things and not allow them to sit. And then other things happen, and then you're piling on, you know, dealing with things as they arise, you know, giving them the due respect, and then allowing it to move on. Because it was something else. Like, who wants to feel bad?
Yes.
Who wants to feel? Nobody wants to feel bad. You know, another reason for, you know, substance use.
Yeah.
I know if I do this, I'm going to feel this way.
Yeah.
You know?
When I
And
was younger, I could come back from it. I'm like, well, I'll do this and then I'll deal with it tomorrow. Well, now I can't. Whatever I do yesterday is going to affect me today. And I just
exactly.
don't bounce back up. My body just says it's not going to do it. So I
Yeah.
have to be more careful and take better care of myself.
Well, and again, that's, just not drinking that seventh Diet Coke, Michelle, for the day,
Oh,
you
I
know.
feel you there because I'm like, there's nothing better than that ice cold pop. And I'm
Uh,
like, Randy, you can't do that. You don't need another one today.
yeah, yeah. And it's getting late. You know better, right?
Yes.
So,
I know that's my new addictions that I have to really work on because I don't realize I'm like, I'm really loving that, loving the taste. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going through that, trying to figure out what's better for me, but I'm loving the pop. So I'm a tea drinker. So I'm trying to go back to that and being more natural and better. But sleeping for me is awful. Like trying to get on the schedule. And how do you do it? I mean, you work a lot, you have so much going on. How do you like rest and shut it
Well,
down?
I have to have my relaxation in the evening. I take like an hour and a half. Like I'll finish up tonight here at work. I'm going to do a couple things and then I'll go home and I watch TikToks. I will listen, because I listen to other counselors. I guess that's not a good example because sometimes I listen to work stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just need to just chill. So I do like watching the funny TikToks too, not just things that are educational.
Yes.
Because I don't have with the ADD and the other things, depression and PTSD and all the other things, those things. It's like I am treated for those things.
Yeah.
No narcotics or stimulants, but my medicine also helps with that because the ADD, I won't sleep.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
that's the problem. And because we do need to have adequate sleep, we do need to have adequate water, we do need to have, a healthier diet, and I'm
Mhm.
a big promoter of those things along with exercise
Yeah.
with safety,
Yes. Yes. Exactly. I get
know
it.
your limits.
Yeah.
That's another thing with these growing pains is
Oh,
learn, and healing and how hard it is, like you talked
yeah.
about these pains. Where did this come from?
Yes.
Where this back? Wait, I never had a pain there before,
I know I could be walking and I'm like, is that my hip going out? What's going on? It's like my
Yeah.
body's like foreign and I'm like, get it together. Like, come on. I know it's just so much that you learn when you get older that you're like, okay, I got to process things different, take better care of myself. And like, since, well, the stage that you're at now, is it easier to process things than it was back then? Or is it still
Um,
something to keep working on constantly?
well, I think the process becomes easier the more that it's like anything else, like learning how to ride a bike, learning how to walk, because
Mm-hmm.
I talk to my clients about that too. I'm like, babies learning how to walk, they
Yeah.
crawl, they learn how to walk, but they don't give up.
Yeah. True.
They don't give up. They eventually learn how to potty train, just
Yeah.
like the rest of us did. And I find myself, because I'm not perfect, and I do become aggravated, and I try to shake it off though pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
because I realize today, after all that practice, that I have the opportunity to change it around. I don't have to let somebody cutting me off or being on their
Mm-hmm.
phone in the car ruin my day.
Yeah.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because that's something else I've begin to, you know, I question some of those things like, what's this going to matter a month from now, 6 months from now, in the big picture?
Yeah.
Because let's look at it realistically and logically,
Yeah.
which helps when you're, sober and you have some clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't why allow anything to rob me of joy or peace.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I've said this before. It's like I know how I can do bad by myself.
Yeah.
Let it be by making bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Making bad decisions. What else was I going to say? Putting myself in situations that
Yeah.
are dangerous. I don't do that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's just an example of a poor decision, clearly. But I have some control
Mm-hmm.
over how I behave and how I respond, and you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yes.
have some tact. The acronym for tact: talk after careful thinking.
Mm. That's a good
Um,
one.
yeah, and one I was reminded of recently: fear. The
Mm-hmm.
acronym for fear: false evidence appearing real.
That's wow. That kind of hits you. You're like, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because what's the facts?
Yeah.
What's the facts, man? What's the facts?
Yeah. And I think you get caught up in everything, situations or people. And there's certain people I've learned that I've had to kind of distance myself because of drama or negativity. Because I realize if I'm around it long enough, I'll allow myself to go down. Oh, I'm going to be negative. And I'm like, Brandy, why are you doing that? You need to walk away from the situation and you need to think about what's going on, you know. And I've had to really choose that because I can blame everybody all day long. Like, you caused me to do this, but then I have to
Mhm.
look at myself. I can only control me, what I do, how I react.
Right. You're so right, because that's another part of that. Um, that what am I doing here to ruin myself?
Yes.
I don't have to do that.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's
It
hard because
is.
you want to be around different situations. And I'm just like, that's a hard thing that I still try to work on. I'm like, I got to really focus on myself. And I think getting to know yourself is scary
Mm-hmm.
at times because you're like, oh man, I got to live with this person because there's no one around. And in the end, it's me. I got to take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it, I was always like, I'm just going to run with people and friends and life of the party and have a good old time. But then when I was alone, I was my biggest enemy. The way I thought, the way I talked to myself, the way I acted. I would not talk to other people like that, but I'm talking to myself like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we do.
Yeah.
And again, that's where it's like, okay, I've got to learn those skills to stop that,
Yeah.
and implement it. I can know them all day long, but taking the energy that's necessary to stop it,
Yeah.
that takes commitment, discipline,
Mm-hmm.
you know, calling myself on my own crap,
Yeah.
and that is hard unless you get into the skill set to where it is automatic. And that's why it takes so much time to practice. I got to practice this, until it does become automatic. It's just like, brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
We do that. We learn to do that. And that's a routine.
Yes.
Just like, learning to love yourself, telling yourself you're worthy, believing, learning to believe it. And it takes that practice in order for you to, well, for me, to believe that I am capable, believe that I'm worthy of
Mm.
having great things, you
Yes.
know, that I can, persistence,
Yeah.
an open mind. Um,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the how, that the honesty, open mindedness, and willingness is the how. and the 12-step programs, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, I can implement all of that in my life, you
Mm.
know, my personal accountability. I, like you said, I am responsible for me.
Yeah.
I am responsible, you know, I people may have done terrible things to me. But
Mm.
am I going to allow myself to continue to be a victim and not rise above that and begin to take accountability? Well, am I going to continue? Because I think by continuing to be in that victim stance, I'm continuing to allow them to have that power over myself. They
Yes.
still have control.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, no, no, not today.
Yeah, exactly. What
You
is
know,
your
it took some
birthday?
time to get there. Don't
Yes.
misunderstand. I mean,
Yeah, we still want to karate chop sometimes. I'm like,
yes,
if I could
wham!
just
I got a
karate
weapon
chop to the
now.
neck, I'm like, not you today. Yes, we all have them days. I'm like, yeah, I
Yes,
really hurt you today.
yeah, not a good idea.
I
Um,
know. I have to be an adult, right? I have to be an adult.
yes, I have to be a responsible adult that makes good decisions.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Not that I want to all the time.
No, no. Like, I don't want to be an adult some days. It's not
Yeah.
fun. I just want to be a kid, be carefree and not do anything. But this is the world. So I got to grow up. Hmm.
Well, and I can be carefree. I can just make sure that when I'm carefree, it doesn't put anybody in harm's way.
Yes.
I can frolic in the in the field of flowers.
Yes.
Just don't do it, you know, that could be self-destructive with 10-inch heels, you know,
Yes.
like
Yes.
no frolic with the 10-inch heels in the wildflower, you
Yes.
know, field. Just I don't suggest it. Okay,
Yes.
don't try this at home. You know.
Yes. I gotta have common sense today. Some days I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, you got to do better. And I think a lot of it is because, like, you have grandkids too. So
Yes.
I'm like, I have to be a better example. I got to show them that, love myself and have peace and make good
Yes.
decisions because they're watching us. And how old are your grandkids?
Mine are 5, and our youngest, he's getting ready to turn 3 in April. So,
Oh,
and they've been sick, and I'm just
oh,
terrible. It's just everybody's been getting sick, and they're just, oh, my granddaughter's feeling better, but my little guy, he's still not
oh,
feeling the best, and now he's got an ear infection. It's just been a mess. And my daughter's not feeling well. My son, he doesn't live here, but he and
yeah,
his wife, they were sick a few weeks ago, and they live in Georgia, and it's just like, and I haven't seen him in a year. Oh, my
oh,
heart aches, you know,
yeah,
just because things haven't worked out, and I started a new job, and
that's hard with adult kids.
it
And
is. You want to be there and go see him and just spend that
yeah,
quality time. We're supposed to have a vacation all together, and I'm really looking forward to that and spending time with them
hmm,
as, you know, my crew, you know.
yeah, and you need that. It's like you enjoy the moments. And like, what is your biggest influence right now? What helps you or you look up to? Is there anything that kind of guides you or anybody?
Wow. You
I
know,
know that's a tough one.
it is that.
Like, put that
Wow.
on
Put
the
me out
spot.
there, Brandy. Let's
It's hard. I know. Someone asked me that, and here I am. Wow, I have to really
wow,
think about that. That's deep.
that is deep. You know, I think about strong women,
Hmm.
you know, I think there's lots of things that I gain motivation from, you
Hmm.
know, and over people that overcome,
Yeah.
You know how you sit, what is that saying? Humility is a big teacher.
Mm,
I think that's a big guiding force. And my des- I see other people throughout my years, people in recovery. Lynn's one, and I know she wouldn't mind me saying that.
hmm
But the and Pam Johnson, women that have gone through so many things. You, you know, I gain. I try to learn something from everyone that I encounter, or try to implement. If I see a characteristic, it's like, man, why? What do I need to do to get that? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because it's inspiring.
Yeah.
And I'm inspired by watching people
Yeah.
change their lives.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can learn so much just by sitting back and listening and watching because like you guys all inspire me. You, Lynn, the board, Macy, everybody,
Oh
because
yeah. Oh
I learned
gosh.
so much through everybody has a different story and you guys just telling me and I've just grown so much to understand things that maybe I didn't realize before until you talk to someone and you hear their view and their side. And I think it's amazing. I think we can always learn from other people.
Yeah, and I think, there's a lot of great humans out there that have been through so much, and they have a lot to offer the world.
Yeah.
I they used to say in meetings, and it's true. You
Mhm.
know, the newcomer is the most important person at any meeting.
Oh,
You know, and they are,
yeah.
because wow.
I know. I know that's a hard one. It is so hard. And I'm like you, it really is a deep thing. And I really had to sit with that for a long time. And I'm like, caught me off guard too. And I was like, wow, I'm gonna ask someone else. I'm like, I'm gonna ask Michelle that. Because it
Yeah.
is. It's
Well, and you see these people at their most vulnerable time,
yes.
and they're confused and they're not sure what they want to do.
Yeah.
I remember that,
Yes. Oh,
you know,
yes.
and it's just like, just hang on.
Yeah.
Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens.
Hmm.
Keep coming back. Keep
Yeah.
showing up. Just if that's all you can do for today, put on your clothes. Show up.
Yeah.
Take a shower. If that's all you can do today,
Yeah.
you know. Um gosh.
I know. And that's how I feel. I'm like, I think it's the little baby steps. Because,
Yeah.
there's some days that I got up in my really bad times. I'm thinking, I'm just going to put my shoes on and breathe because I can't do nothing else. That was so you can feel their pain. And when you
Oh
hear
yeah.
the story, you're like, you feel it deep because you're
Yeah.
like, you've been there. You can relate. And it's a hard thing because there's times where you're like, that miracle is never going to come. And you got to keep pushing and keep going. And it's really hard. It can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then your ideas of what miracles are changes,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
like you said, putting on that pair of shoes. That's it. I tell this story a lot because you ever just come across one shoe on the
Yeah.
highway? Well, when I was working years ago at Soda Paint Valley Mental Health Center, I was driving to walking. I was not walking. I was driving to work, and there was a flip flop in the right hand lane near on Bridge Street, near in between Casa right there and McDonald's. So I made a commitment. I told myself I'm gonna watch this flip flop. I'm gonna see where it goes. So I watched it for a week. It got drug up Bridge Street, And by the end of the week, it was down the other side
Oh,
and on down, like close to Burger King, because I was determined I was going to pay attention to this flip flop.
yeah.
This flip flop, and I'm talking a flip flop, like cheap flip flop, had been run over by, Bridge Street.
Yeah.
That's a fairway in our town. And how many people have ran over that thing? But that damn flip flop. I'm sorry for cussing.
No,
That
you're fine. It's a safe space. That's what I tell everybody.
okay, that's right. You did say that. That flip flop stayed together. It did not tear.
Wow.
And it's one of them plastic with the little round things where you get it caught on something. It stayed together. That didn't mean that it wasn't, had semi tire tracks on it, cars being ran over by all these vehicles all week long, but it was still together.
Yeah.
It was still together.
Yeah.
Just like people,
Oh,
we go through a lot of things, and we might not look the same.
yeah.
After everything that we've been through, we might have some circles under our eyes, or and those extreme cases where limbs are lost, but you still have heart, you still have soul.
Yes.
Hopefully there's still that cognitive ability to be able to continue to want to change regardless.
Yeah. And that's powerful, because that's so true. That is people. That is life being ran over, abused, everything happening to us. And we're just trying to stick together, survive. And I'm like you, when you talk to someone that has survived so many things, it's just so powerful to see that they're still there, or, to see their light shine. I've met some really wonderful people that have such a good attitude, and you hear their story and you're like, how? How did you overcome that? Or how are you happy today?
Yeah.
That is priceless, inspiring. It really is. Yeah.
It is. And, it's just like I can either give up or keep moving.
Yeah.
But again, it's also taking those people to surround yourself with for me, I went to meetings every day. I didn't know how to live any differently. I didn't know about me.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to be my own best friend. I didn't know what to do. There was a lot of this empty space now.
Yeah.
I have a lot of time free. What do I do with myself?
Mm.
Get to a meeting and sit and listen. You better listen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You better learn something.
Yeah.
I'll be in there writing notes, taking notes, help me.
Yeah.
Be reading the meditations for the day, all those things, trying to keep structured.
Mm-hmm.
All these things that we need, the guidance, asking for help, learning how to do that.
Yes.
Setting boundaries, learning what boundaries are.
That's a big one. Boundaries is a huge one. That's a big one for me. I'm still learning boundaries, and you just realize, and I love that you posted on Facebook about the words no, because, and that's a big thing, because you are like, I don't want to say no, because then they're going to think I'm, a mean, crappy person. But
right.
Sometimes you have to say no to save yourself, your mental health. And that was a big one. That's, and a lot of people that I did say no to or change things, they're like, well, you've changed, Brady. You're not the same person. I just started standing up for myself and making that boundary, because I had to protect myself, because I was the one that was hurting, losing myself. So I really had to change a lot of that, and I'm still working on that.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
It is. It is.
And
So,
there's
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I definitely would love for you to speak about your event that you have done, the recovery rally. So please tell everybody about that.
Oh, wow. Well, the recovery rally, that's part of, I'm a co-founder of that. For National Recovery Month, it's in September for mental health and substance recovery. And because, I feel like it's part of my purpose to give back to the community.
Mm-hmm.
So every year, what we've done is we've had speakers, we've had supply of food to the community, have vendors, organizations set up to share about their organizations and resources available to them that they might not have known about. So, okay, so here's a shameless plug. We need vendors. It's going to be September 26th, 11 to 4. It's a Saturday, down in Poland Park. And that's subject to change, but for now, the date and the time is accurate because I need to really go down there. I booked it, but I want to look at the parking and things of that nature. Of course, Hazel's been with us for many years, and she'll be providing the photo booth and rocking the tunes for us. And, just hopefully providing, we always encourage the community to come out. I want the community to come out. Come out. I want you to see that people can recover.
Yes.
I want you to see there is hope. All we see is this, I'm busted. I'm busted on Facebook, or, so and so is in jail again, well, there's got to be reasons behind it.
Yeah.
But then you see those individuals that are so inspiring out here, changing the community, doing good in the community, raising awareness, giving back, sharing their stories of hope and everything that they've been through, from prison to, being basically in foster care, people that have come from good backgrounds, bad backgrounds, abuse, torment, self-inflict. I mean, just everything.
Yeah.
We're people.
Mm-hmm.
I said this, and this was something I've heard, and I like to share that we're souls having a human experience.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
We're souls having a human experience. And with that responsibility, we have to live life.
Yes.
And life is not fair. And it's not fun sometimes. And it can be hard and sad and, devastating and turbulent. And, but there's also those people that, in times of joy, those moments of happiness, those moments that, of laughter and tears and, I think Lynn said it too, but, we joke because it's like, what's the good part of, getting sober? It's like you can feel.
Yeah.
What's the bad part about getting sober? You can feel, it's like
the double-edged sword.
You're feeling it all. In early recovery, you feel everything in like 30 seconds. It's a great time.
Yes.
There's another reminder of why not to travel backwards.
Yes. So true. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Emotional roller coaster.
It is. I tell you. So I have one last question for you.
Oh, okay. Great.
Okay. So is there anything or any advice you could give someone that is struggling right now and they just don't know what to do?
Reach out.
Okay.
I got an open door.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You are worth a good life.
Mm.
You're worth a good life. You deserve a good life. There's some, not nice people out there that do terrible things, but that doesn't mean that has to define anyone.
Yes.
You know what defines us? Our ability to be resilient, our drive to, just gain that extra second of just let me hang on.
Yeah.
Just let me hang on. Don't quit 5 minutes before that miracle happens.
I love
You're the miracle.
That's great.
Let yourself happen. Get out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's hard to do, especially when we think we've had control or someone else has had control of us. Learning to trust, faith, developing faith, which is huge, a spiritual connection or, for me, it's been a necessity. Believing that there is something greater than me, and allowing it to work in my life. But I think I know best. Well, no, you don't. You just need to sit down. Shut up. Like that's how I have to get stern with myself sometimes,
Yeah.
And then I look at myself like that in the mirror, like, what?
I know. I have to talk to myself too. My Brandy, stop it.
Yeah.
You are not getting it. No.
Yeah.
Yes. So, well, thank you. I always ask everybody, we always do like a little song and a dance off because I feel like it's so heavy and, and just to let it all out. So I just play music and we just shake it.
All right. We can shake it. All right.
All right. So I'll just play music. We'll shake it. And that's it. Right. So thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. And for everything. So, all right, here we go.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. You're amazing.
You are too.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. See if I can get it to play. Maybe. So we can hear. Can you hear it on your end?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I couldn't hear it. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
See you later.
Bye.